Right.
Even in this day and age, where women feel more empowered than they did years ago, it's difficult for, I would imagine, and you mentioned children, for a woman to extract herself, especially if there's a child in the household, from a situation.
Almost impossible. And even just getting the time to make the phone call, to have the conversation, to get the advice. You have to, the timing of the phone call is what I've learned. It's so difficult to find the time. You can't do it at work. It's hard to do it at home when the kids are home. They go to school. Usually what I learned is, husbands hang around. They watch. They listen.
Because they know that they've done something wrong, and they don't want the rest of the world to know about it.
Right. So this organization is really all about making that woman or that young girl, or just feel comfortable with the decisions that they're making step by step. And sometimes it takes many, many, many phone calls of advice given in order for that woman to make a move, to make the change in her life.
We have a call from somebody. His nickname on Paltalk is Shield of Pakistan. Can you give us your first name and location? Welcome to News Talk Online on Paltalk.com.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to be on News Talk here, and you always bring out the lovely topics and lovely people to come and chat to us. UK, actually, I'm in at the moment. My name's Nadeem Malik. I find this very ironic that we have domestic violences, and I seem to feel that it extends from giving equal rights to women, really. Every time you find something of this incident happens, it's always related to a woman, a male or a female, and I think it extends to giving females the equal rights, same as men, really. So if they were not to take the equal rights, we wouldn't have the violences coming up. And because women in schools, even in schools, they behave more like men, and they tend to be more like men or boys. If the boys are having a glass of beer or smoking, women want to do the same thing. So I think violence.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Stop. Are you going to suggest to us that because a woman works outside of the house and has a job, that gives her husband a right to hit her?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that women are demanding too much, and that's what escalates the violence.
And that's why they have been subjected to domestic violence, because they've demanded the right to vote, and maybe they smoke a cigarette.
I think that is the major cause, because they try and behave more like men and boys, and men.
And of course, it's okay
that.
for men and boys to hit each other, right? So, of course, since she's acting like a man or a boy, it's okay to hit her.
Well, no, it's not okay to hit her, but that's the cause of domestic violence. If women took the back seat, really, and behaved more like women,
so you blame the victim when there's a domestic violence. The guy can't. So men don't have the capability of controlling their own emotions. They're so angry that their wives are out there in the workforce that they have to hit them. And it's the fault of the wives for working, because you can't blame the men for losing control. Is that what you're suggesting?
Well, yes, of course. I mean, men are more like tigerish, really, and they need a princess in the home, not a feminine that behaves like boys.
So it's a biological thing. Men are tigers, women are princesses, and they should know their places. Well, I'm stunned by the call. I suppose you probably are a little bit too, but perhaps it's a cultural issue here with this gentleman.
I can't even comment. I'm in shock.
Well, maybe you've got some insight. I don't know, caller, whether you've ever hit your woman, but I pray to God that you never have. Let's go to Sylvia in Argentina. Sylvia, welcome to News Talk Online on Paltalk.com. I can't believe that call.
Okay, hello. Nice to meet you. Here from Buenos Aires. Well, my question is for you is, there are different types of violence in familial violence, like physical, psychological, sexual, and patrimonial too. And I would like if you can explain us how you treat these different cases, and especially who are the more affected by I suppose the children, but who are the more affected in this kind of violence.
So that's pretty interesting. Thank you for that, Sylvia. The caller suggests that there are several types of domestic violence. There is the physical that I just described and our previous caller described, but there is also the psychological. Do you have any insight as to the differences in the way that one should approach both situations? I knew a woman. Did you ever see the movie Married to the Enemy with? You ever saw that movie? Married
to the Mob?
No, Married to the Enemy. I don't know what you're telling me. Sleeping with the Enemy.
Oh my God.
Sleeping with the Enemy with Julia Roberts. Okay?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. I knew a woman who absolutely was in that situation. Her husband never would touch her. Never. But everything had to be exactly in its place. In fact, if she came home and a can of fruit in the pantry was turned a little bit sideways, she would hear about it. This was the kind of household, and she was beside herself. In some respects, maybe the psychological abuse could be worse than the physical.
I think it potentially could be hidden longer. And when you say, Sylvia, when you refer to psychological abuse, verbal abuse in that same category, where there's no marks, there's no hitting,
right?
There's no damage physically,
right?
But the verbal abuse, which affects the emotional state, can be worse because it can be endured longer because nobody can see it, so it's hidden longer.
And as a matter of fact, as horrible as it is, I don't think there's any law against verbal or psychological abuse. There's no law that says
it can't be proven unless you have it.
Even so, there's no law against it. If I hit you, now I have assaulted you. I've broken the law.
Absolutely,
if I call you horrible names in front of our children, what law have I broken?